Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
What?
Come on. So wait a second. He didn't say the words "I concede," and so that meant people rioted?
Yes. What do you think January 6th was
What
about?
do you think January 6th was?
It was about people who did not hear their leader say, as every other leader in this country has said after an election, okay, I lost.
He knows the truth. He's seen the behind the scenes Jan 6 video where Trump was telling everybody to go home, where he was telling everyone to be safe. He's seen the evidence of Trump asking for extra military presence to be there on that day to make sure that nothing went down. Bill Maher has seen all of this information, but he still sit there and act as if he is right.
I was on your show and you said, are you implying that that the election was stolen? And I was kind of iffy on it, right? Next morning, 8 o'clock, the phone rings. A woman on the phone says, Mr. Mamet, will you hold for the president? I said, wait a second, Biden is calling? It's Trump. It's during the Biden administration. And he says, David, it's Donald Trump. I say, Mr. President, thank you for calling. To what do I owe the honor? He said, I saw you on Bill Maher yesterday. You were great. He said, but you wussed out on the question of the stolen election. And then he talked to me for like 20 minutes about how the election was stolen.
But it wasn't.
Well, I think it was.
So Bill Maher said, but it wasn't. So President Trump was talking to him and he was like, yo, you wussed out. You were supposed to talk more about the stolen election. And then Bill Maher said, but it wasn't. Okay. Listen to David break this down.
It was tested in court like 60 times. It was thrown out every time. Trump's own commission, appointed by his own commissioners to look at the election, the cybersecurity commission, it's called, or agency. There's 2 of them. One of them is within the Department of Homeland Security. They all said the same thing. It was the most fair, honest election we've ever had.
I'm not talking about the votes. I'm not talking about counting the votes. That the Hunter Biden laptop was suppressed, the COVID information was suppressed. Zuckerberg said himself that the White House pressured him not to bring forward the information on the laptop. Rasmussen said, had that come out, there would have been a 17-point spread.
It was.
Now, the reason why that's important is because Bill Maher holds himself as a common sense type of guy. So if Bill Maher didn't already have an agenda or a point of view to get across, and you are really being objective for your interview, then you should probably consider those things. But he always want to go back to the talking points. So watch how this plays out, man. And I think he was absolutely right. When it came to COVID, we couldn't talk about it. We couldn't discuss it at all. When it came to the laptop, we couldn't talk about it. We couldn't discuss it at all. And I'm talking about not only social media influencers, I'm talking about regular ass people who are just wanting to share stories or just have conversations. You all were getting your Twitter account shut down. You all were getting banned. You all were getting shadow banned. You all were getting blocked. You all were being put in a little jail on Facebook or Instagram where you couldn't post anything or say anything anymore, all because you was trying to get the truth out there. All of that was being shut down. All right. So check this out right here, man. This is the only reason why we're talking about it, so we can get a little bit of understanding. You know what I mean? All right, check this out.
If a prize fighter loses, it doesn't inspire people to riot.
How did he inspire people to riot?
By not conceding the election.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
What?
Come on. So wait a second. He didn't say the words "I concede," and so that meant people rioted?
Yes. What do you think January 6th was
What
about?
do you think January 6th was?
It was about people who did not hear their leader say, as every other leader in this country has said after an election, okay, I lost. We welcome the new guy. We had disagreements, but now we're all Americans. When Obama took over, George Bush stood next to him and he said, we want you to succeed, because when you succeed, Trump didn't do any of that.
Okay. So what?
Well, so what? It inspires half the country to not accept the basic democratic principle that we have elections, and when you lose, you go away, and then you become the loyal opposition. They don't see themselves as the loyal.
You like me have built a career out of nothing except talent and a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work. But what I don't understand when you say that he did not say the words "I concede" caused half the country, which you just said, to riot.
All right. So for Bill Maher to be a common sense type of guy, he's making no sense to me whatsoever. And that's important to me because, okay, first of all, Bill Maher is a journalist. He has a whole team of people working with him and for him. He knows the truth. He's seen the behind the scenes Jan 6 video where Trump was telling everybody to go home, where he was telling everyone to be safe. He's seen the evidence of Trump asking for extra military presence to be there on that day to make sure that nothing went down. Bill Maher has seen all of this information, but he still sit there and act as if he is right, that the reason why this happened is because Trump did not concede when he knows the truth. So with him being that disingenuous, unfortunately, I can't believe a damn thing he says out his mouth because he's clearly pushing for one side. He's seen all of that. All of this was presented. He also seen the videos of the Jan 6 riot inside of the Capitol, where the police and the security guards were walking people around and allowing them to just peruse and just look at things like we were in a museum. Like, this is happening. This is happening. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. He also seen the video where Ashley Babbitt was in that joint, standing beside police on the other side of the window, on the other side of the door, but yet a security guard still decides to unalive her. He's seen all of that, but he won't speak truth to power, and that's a blower to me. I can't respect that. I can't respect it. He's seen all of it, but he still want to have the same stupid ass talking points. Bush stood back and said he want to see Obama succeed, and that's the only reason why there was no riot then. What? It wasn't the same, bro. It was not the same at all. And if you want to start talking about Bush and Obama, we can get into the weeds, but you're not going to like what comes up in that conversation, because then everything is going to come out as conspiratorial. It's conspiracy. It's conspiracy. No, it's not. All right, listen to the rest of this right here.
If you read the Constitution, which I do, it's pretty easy, about 20 pages, what is the Trump administration doing that's unconstitutional? The answer is nothing.
Well, they're not obeying judges' orders. That is unconstitutional.
Well, you're talking about the one district judge who said, bring the guy back from El Salvador?
There have been many judges' orders about the immigration issue, yes, that they're just ignoring.
Well, no, I don't know that I think your information there is wrong. I think that what they're doing is, in some cases, they may be slow walking it, but I don't believe that there's any. Here's what they're doing: is that all these rogue district judges are issuing restraining orders against the president in his performance of his constitutionally mandated duty. It's his constitutional duty to take care of the border. It has nothing to do with the judiciary. If someone feels wronged, they have the opportunity to sue, but the court does not have, the district courts do not have under the Constitution.
Well, what's very clear in the Constitution, it's because it's in both the 5th and the 14th Amendment, is that they could have said the word citizen both times, and they said the word person. A person has a right to a trial.
Yeah, they do have a trial. They do have a right to a trial.
They purposely didn't say citizen. That's why it's unconstitutional, illegal to take people off the streets without any hearing at all and send them to a foreign prison.
Well,
that is not in the Constitution.
No, but you're wrong as to the facts again, because here, let me explain it this way. Say that you have a fellow who is hates you, okay, and he is throwing stuff at your car, and throwing stuff at your blah blah blah, and he gets sent to prison. Okay, he gets convicted, right, of harassment, or he gets convicted of assault, or whatever. say, okay, he's in prison and he gets out, he's got a parole. But one aspect of the parole is he has a restraining order. He cannot come within 1,000 feet of you or your house or your place of business. If he comes within 1,000 feet of you, your house, your place of business, his parole is violated. It's exactly the same situation as the people who have been convicted of crimes and who have been deported and have then re-entered the United States. They have the right to due process to find out whether or not that's the same guy. But prior to that, their crime and their sentence has been adjudicated.
Now, the reason why I don't like this argument is because they're arguing semantics. That's what they're arguing. And I don't think Bill Maher is smart enough to argue semantics, to argue law. They're trying to argue it from the point of view of somebody who knows the law. Bill Maher does not know the law. Why do you think he always has to have a smoke in his hand and a drink in his hand when he does these interviews? So he's trying to mellow himself out so he can be free enough to just throw out some things that will make sense, that will sound right, but they're not right. It's just all BS at the end of the day. What happens is Bill Maher and many other people like him or with the same ideology as him, we are so comfortable with arguing for the defense, we're arguing for the criminal. Like we want the criminal to win. We want the criminal to be able to overtake the United States rules so that we can, and laws, so that we can be able to commit the same crimes and get away with it. So it's all semantics. You think way back in the damn day, the people who wrote the Constitution was thinking about, oh, we're gonna put person instead of illegal immigrant because of this point and that point. No, Bill Maher knows better, but he's already picked his side. He's like Stephen A. though. They both like to straddle the fence so that they can maintain their relationships on both sides, so that they can maintain their following on both sides. They can get money flowing from both sides. And that's unfortunate.